going on, everybody? Good evening. Excuse me, I am a little bit tired, but I'm trying to wake up here. Hope everybody else is awake. How's it going? So we will make this a pretty... Actually, let me turn the music down just a bit. We'll make this a pretty short and to the point stream. As you probably already know, if you've been watching the market today, we've been trading relatively sideways. So, oh my, sorry, not a whole lot to write home about here. I did want to talk about something a little bit different though. Hey, Alark, what's going on, man? You're actually here with the first comment too. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Glad to see you. But yeah, there's a decent amount to talk about here because I didn't want to just talk about Dogecoin like we always do, but I wanted to talk about some other things too, including Shib. Shib is now kind of a force that we have to recognize because now it's being accepted by multiple exchanges that are considered reputable. I usually don't like to pay too much attention to altcoins unless they're extremely special for a clear reason. Or they're popular, of course, because once they're established, then they have to be paid attention to. But I just kind of try and keep my focus on what needs to be focused on, so I don't get too distracted. As you probably already know, it's very easy to make your own altcoin. And so there's a whole lot of junk altcoins out there because it is so easy to do. And for that reason, I mean, you can just easily get lost by paying attention to too much stuff. And then you'll miss what's important. So that's why I try and keep my focus a little bit. But now Shib has kind of proved itself to be, you know, it's on Coinbase as of tomorrow. So how can we ignore it, right? And I feel like that's half of its catalyst. A lot of the people that ignored it in the past are probably thinking the same thing. I've ignored it in the past. How can I ignore it now? It's now on the largest crypto exchange out there that usually doesn't take any junk coins. So, and we know what Coinbase trading does to trading volume. Now what is this music? Sorry, 1 second. Let me change this up a little. All right. Now we know what we thought Coinbase was going to do to Doge. Now, Coinbase announcement did give Doge a little bit of a run. I mean, we did end up seeing 40s, right? And if you just look here, kind of where we came from, which was about 30 cents. So we did make moves all the way up to, 40, 45 cents here. So though we didn't get this crazy move off of the Coinbase announcement for Doge, we got a nice move up. That was well over 10%. You can do the math there and see exactly what that move was. But substantial move. What was that? About 50%, 40 to 45%. Now, that was with Doge being a relatively stable coin already by altcoin standards. Shiba Inu is not really at that point yet. So it is far more prone, especially since it's not really being locked down by Bitcoin's price action right now. It's far more prone to movement. So, yeah, it's just pretty interesting here. Now, let's go ahead and take a quick look at Dogecoin, do a little TA on that, or just a little glance at it rather. There's not much TA to do. And then we'll talk some more about AMC, GameStop, and Shib as well. All right. So first and foremost, let's side by side Dogecoin and Bitcoin here. By the way, I don't know if you guys saw, but I am rocking a new shirt. Let me there we go. Buy the dip. See that? Oh, I'm trying to unwrinkle that. It's a candle. There we go. Buy the dip. Live by it. live by it. All right. Hey, Gilbert, what's going on, man? I did not ignore 2020's TA about diversification. Made some good choices the last few days. Thanks, 2020. Awesome news, man. Care to share what maybe you diversified into a little bit? What other assets did you invest in? I'm curious. I assume one of them was Shib, but what other things did you get into, if you don't mind? But yeah, let's just take a look here. As you can see, Bitcoin is not doing so great, but Dogecoin is surprisingly doing even better than Bitcoin is. All right, so Bitcoin did do what we didn't want it to do, which is failed below the 40,000 level. All right, and this is why I said the market is not going to move until Bitcoin can provide confirmation that the move it's making right now is not a fake out. It is not a fake move. It is not a move that it's just going to make and then fail. Because it's done this so many times before. It's like, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Fool me 3 times. Now you're going to fool me a 4th, 5th time? Nah, we're not moving. That's basically what all the altcoins said. They said, we're not moving. We'll wait till you go ahead and prove it to us first. And if you prove it to us, then we'll move. If not, we're just going to sit here. All right? We're not trying to get burned again. So that kind of mentality is why people didn't buy in when they saw the move up on Bitcoin and the little fake attempt at breaking 40,000 here. Hey, Stone Cold. I sold all my Doge last week. Now I have 102 million Shib. That's not a bad idea, in my opinion. Dogecoin right now, like I said yesterday, Dogecoin is not going to stop trading sideways until something miraculous happens. All right. And I don't know if I'd be 100% out or 50% out or, whatever. That's everyone's personal choice. And also, if you haven't hit the like button, please consider hitting it. Thank you guys so much for your support. That's everyone's personal choice, how much they want to be in or out of Dogecoin, all right? If you just understand the risk that when you're not in Dogecoin, at any moment when Elon decides to drop a tweet or something and Doge gets its move, whether that's a 5% move, a 15% move, or a 100% move if he does something like Doge for Tesla announcement out of nowhere, you just got to keep in mind that any moment, any one of those things can happen, right? And if you accept that, or at least if you're careful, then, by all means, diversify to whatever extent that you're comfortable with, whether that's, like I said, 25 or 50% of your portfolio or 100% out, and maybe you'll just come back later when the time's right. And thank you, whoever just clicked the like button. I really appreciate that. So, yeah, I respect that. Now, Shib right now, I think all-inning is not a YOLO play, but kind of a bit of a YOLO play, but it's not like a terrible one anymore. Because at least for today into tomorrow, we shouldn't be seeing any kind of dump. Now, you have to also beware of a Shib news sell-off, okay? And actually, let me go in order. So let me not get there quite yet. Let's get there next. But as you can see here, Bitcoin, like I said, it tried to do its breakout here. It was a fake out. No one was convinced. No other altcoins followed this. They didn't think it was going to hold anyway, and it sure didn't. But on the crash, the nice thing is, on the failure, as it came down to $3,000, Dogecoin really didn't move. The coins were pretty stable where they were at, and they just held their own at this little spot. Like they were just waiting for Bitcoin to come back down and like it never happened. So this is actually really good. Now, if Bitcoin continues to show signs of weakness and it pulls back down to like 35,000 now or something like that, that means Doge really won't go much further down. So that was my concern yesterday. If you guys were in that stream, I said I'm worried that when Bitcoin doesn't hold, that Doge and the other altcoins are just, since they didn't make the move up, that they're only going to follow the move down. But thankfully, these guys are stable enough that even on the way down, they're just not being affected by Bitcoin's fake moves around here. They're just waiting for the cross of this line. So that is a little bit assuring for anyone that's holding Doge, Ethereum, Cardano, ADA, XRP, or anything like that. One of the more stable coins in like the top 10 market cap. So cool. Now, other than that, just see a textbook move. Bitcoin, it failed the level. It's coming down to the 200 EMA here on the 2-hour time frame. And now we'll have to see what happens next. It looks like it's trying to hold and curl back up. Just got to wait and see. It's very highly probable that it will bounce off the 200 EMA and loop around this support level and go out. But at the end of the day, We'll have to see what the traders do. Do they buy or not? But I think they will. And I think we might just see something like that. And then this will actually be our breakout into 42,000s. But wishful thinking. Bitcoin has proved us wrong in the past and given us plenty of hope, and then just threw that hope in the trash. So, you know. Hello. Sorry, guys. A bit of an internet connection issue there, but I think we're back. But yeah, so this might be wishful thinking, but like I said, we have two support lines here, right here and right here, that we're holding at. So this level's twice as strong as normal. It's a double support. So we could see something like this, a bounce here off the next level, a pullback, a bounce off the next level at 42,000, a pullback, and then a breakout. Now, I don't think it'll take that long, but, you know, that's not the important part here. Just talking about the pattern. But we'll see. Once that happens, that's when the altcoins, Ethereum, Cardano, Doge, and all that start to move. But if not, if instead we see something like this, all right, if that happens again, I'll go physically check on the connection. I don't know what's going on, guys. I do apologize about that. Very strange. Anyway, I think we're back. I think we're back for good. So that's that. Then flipping over to, let's see. Let's now flip over to AMC, all right? AMC is worth talking about here. We'll wrap up with Shib. So we'll do AMC, GameStop, and then Shiba. And sorry, guys, I was having some internet connection issues, but I think it's better now. Let me give it just a second for some of those people that left to come back in. We only have like 2 viewers at the moment, and we had closer to 10. Hello? I don't know if my stream's working again. San Diego is glued to the 2020 stream. All right, looks like it's working. All right, so I'll go ahead and continue. Lost a couple viewers there, so that's unfortunate, but they can always watch the VOD when it goes live afterward. But now let's go ahead and switch over. So basically, Doge is trading sideways. Keep your eye on Bitcoin, see if it does the breakout or not. There's still another chance here, but we'll just have to see. AMC is kind of what I want to talk about next. Now, AMC, if you looked at today, did not do so good. So yesterday, this thing pretty much completely sold off. When it's after hours, it looked weak. When it's pre-market, showed some signs of strength, but then sold off. This was kind of the bad sign, number one. So then what you do next is you look at market open. What's going to happen at market open? Are we going up or down? Sure enough, it started with a downswing and kind of held down, and that's what it looked like the trend was going to be for the rest of the day. And pretty much the whole day sold off here. Lost all of its gains, but we did stall out at the bottom trend channel that we've had drawn here for like over a week. So we didn't really break down into new territory. We did fail the support line a little bit, but then we kind of just rubber banded and reclaimed it and then moved back up. So like I keep saying every single day, I think this is like the 4th day now, it is not over till it's over with meme stocks, all right? Because these guys, they see every single opportunity as a dip, and they think no matter what, these stocks are going to the moon. So it doesn't matter when this happens here. They're like, ooh, I'm going to buy that 51 dip, right? They're not saying, oh, it crossed under the support line, it's probably going to dump. They're just like, I'm just going to keep buying and buying cheaper and buying cheaper and buying cheaper. So that's why you could see over, I mean, the past who knows how long, these things just, I mean, they don't run out of steam and they don't just crash back down to where they came from. So that's that. Now, along those lines, then the conversation is, well, what happens tomorrow? Well, this cryptocurrency, I mean, this stock here did hold above the line. It did reclaim it, and it did make some movement up, and then it traded sideways pretty confidently into aftermarket, into after hours, going into pre-market, which will be tomorrow morning. So same thing as usual. It's not completely dead here. Now we got to check it tomorrow morning, see if it trades sideways or up. If so, check market open. It's probably going to make a move up. And so just look to see if it does or not, and then you can ride that wave. Or if in pre-market it gaps down and starts heading downward, you can probably expect, just like this morning, kind of a dump sell-off at market open. But of course, keep your eyes on it because it does not always play out that way. But usually, that's the easiest way to look at it. So that's AMC. It's not completely done. It did recover at the end there. It was almost done. Now GameStop, on the other hand, which is kind of the little roach that won't die. We'll just refer to it as that. GameStop's the little roach that won't die. As you can see here, made this long move up, peaked, did not have enough strength to make it back up there again. I don't really want lyrics. And more lyrics. Oh, more lyrics. Okay. All right. Made all this momentum. Lost steam. Recovered a little bit. Lost. And then you see these bounces here. Just could not reclaim. Still looks weak. And you would think that it was going to dump under the 208 line and start heading down and under into below 200s. Well, instead, today we had a bit of a bull run out of nowhere. So just like it's done the past couple days, right here, these V-shaped days where it sells off hard, but then the apes, as they call themselves, over in GameStop and AMC, everything is a dip. So instead of this just instilling fear and causing this to trade sideways out and then go gap down the next day, this goes down to these extreme lows, and then they say, it looks like the sell-off is stopping here. Here's my chance to buy the dip. And they all just buy in and move the price right back up. So it's pretty annoying if you're trying to short it, but that's usually why you don't short meme stocks very often. And you can see that again here, same thing, that V-shaped recovery. But then the next day it did sell off a bit, but not hard, and then V-shaped recovery. And now we've got V-shaped recovery. Now, this is what happened today. This was a major bear trap, in my opinion. Because look at this. It sold off super hard at market open, all the way down to 209. All right, then it did the little W reversal formation and recovered higher than where it started from. And then it just traded sideways. And then towards market close, the second half of the day, started recovering all the way back from 209 to 228 GameStop. That was a really strong recovery. And now it's trading sideways out into pre-market tomorrow. So we'll have to keep an eye on that tomorrow, see what it does. Now it's above the 200 EMA line. If it holds there, I mean, this could be a move up or down. It's really hard to know. If anything, if you're looking at this from this perspective, this looks like it's reclaiming, but this could be just a fake out here where it will, just kind of loop and then dump the next round. But for tomorrow, this might be a bit of a bull run before it sells off into Friday or Monday, whatever. So keep your eye on GameStop. It looks like it's bottomed out here pretty clearly to a lot of people, so they might see this as support if we do hold, and this could start the next whole move. Now that would tie into my original theory that this was going to cup and handle, as you can see here. So wouldn't be surprised because you've got this major spike initially, which kind of sets the all-time high target of what these apes think that the price can go to potentially. Hey Stankus, what's going on? Going to be an interesting 2 days for meme stocks? Yeah, for sure. And so then we got the handle, we got kind of the body, and then the cup here, and the pullback. And now this pullback looks like it wants to try and recover. So depending on the strength, and this would be really strange for it to break because it pulled back a little too far for a normal cup and handle. But if it does, this could be kind of the move to 500 and beyond. So just keep your eye on it. Now that's going to take a lot, but it's possible. Anything's possible with the Reddit army. You know how they do their research and try and figure out what's shorted and whatnot, and get a squeeze off. So they don't trade off fundamentals or technicals. It is just buy and hold. That is it. And buy more when I can, and then hold and never sell. So you get enough people doing that, you can accomplish some incredible things. So there's that. Got to keep your eye on AMC and GameStop tomorrow. I don't think Workhorse right now is looking like much of a play. Just like it didn't yesterday, and that's why I dismissed it. Well, actually, now it's getting kind of the same formation as AMC here, where it's reclaiming, or GME, where it's reclaiming the 200 EMA, as this trades sideways over that into tomorrow, and then it moves up on market open. Just keep your eye on basically the $16 level. That could be a move up on Workhorse. BlackBerry looks more like GameStop does zoomed out. So that formation we saw over days zoomed out is what BlackBerry looks like in this one day, where it looks like it hit a floor, had a W reversal, and a little weak out of there. So I don't know. Keep it on pre-market, but I don't feel too great about that. But if it does reverse, there's room back up to where it came from. So that could be an easy 10% trade if this goes back up to 14 bucks, right about here, or even higher. Maybe you'll go like 14.50. You can get like 15% trade there. That's nice profit. So there's that. And what's left? We have Wendy's. I don't really care about Wendy's though, but it is a meme stock at this point, so there's no value in there. I'd never trade that. And then was there one more? Clove. So Clove is still selling off. You can keep your eye on it, try and figure out what the bottom is, but when you keep trying to catch the bottom, it's usually how you get yourself in trouble, because it's usually not the bottom. I just don't feel too great about Clove. Volume overall has just been, as you can see, pretty bad. You can see all the spottiness in the candles that almost looks like that, but not quite. Yeah, volume hasn't been too great since the initial run up. So yeah, maybe not Clove. 2020 predicted an AMC 52 support. I didn't believe it, but 2020 was correct. Poured some juice into some shares and going to enjoy the ride. Awesome, man. Hey, I'm so glad that worked out for you. Yeah, that 52 support, 52, 53 level, super strong. And really, it just came from kind of zooming out and taking a look at where this thing was holding most of the time. That was right here at about 52 bucks, right in this general area. You kept getting all these bounces, touches, bounce, 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 and it just kept consolidating or hitting off that level. So proved to be really strong. Glad you made some money off of it. Wendy's hasn't been the same since Dave died. Oh, that's no good. But AMC, if you look at it, you could see how it reclaimed over the 200. I mean, it looks like it could still do a cup handle move. So AMC's not done, okay? In my opinion, it's not done until it really starts failing here and looking like it's not going to finish the cup. But it's too soon to write AMC off. I wouldn't write AMC off. It is too soon. That move right here can still happen. All right, so even if you're long AMC, I wouldn't be panicking right now. Wait for confirmation that it's over. Unless you're up in profit, you just want to lock that in. That's fine as well. And then finally, guys, all right, because we already talked about Doge and Bitcoin. We talked about GameStop, AMC, and all the meme coins. All right, so now we got to wrap this up, unfortunately, with Shiba, because Shiba is Shiba. And it's doing all right. And whenever... Oh, wait. Whenever something's doing well and it's stabilizing, we kind of have to talk about it, regardless of my personal feelings about it, all right? And Shib is making a little bit of a name for itself, so... Oh my god, safe Doge, get away. Let's check any Shib news here. Shop. Ooh. There's something. Coinbase Pro just said, we are experiencing technical issues that will temporarily delay the launch of Shib on Coinbase Pro. At this time, we are disabling deposits of Shib. Withdrawals are still available. We'll provide an update timeline for restoring deposits and enabling trading as soon as possible. Guys, that is terrible news. That is terrible news. Shiba Inu just crashed another giant. Wow, the demand is insane. Okay, That's terrible news, but that's good news if you still want back in, okay? And here's why. So let's go ahead, pop up trading view. And I can guarantee you that Shib sold off at least a little bit because people panic sold there. Because the noobs are thinking, oh my gosh, that's such bad news. I better sell. Shib is going to crash. I'm going to lose all my money. So that should give you a little bit of a dip. Yeah, as you can see here, there's overall just been a general sell-off after it peaked. All right. Overall sell-off. So you can kind of look at anywhere near this 200 EMA line as a dip buy opportunity on Shib and just play off of people panicking, especially into tomorrow. There will probably be, if there's no announcement from Coinbase Pro on getting Shib back tomorrow, you'll probably see a sell-off back to this line into sevens, and that'll probably be a nice dip buy if you really wanted to throw a couple $100 more in there or something, because then once they reconfirm it, and then they'll probably do it out of nowhere and say, all right, guys, it's fixed. Then you'll probably see it shoot back up to 9. So that'll be like a quick 30% gain. So there's a play. All right, lock that in. Don't forget I said it. Because you know I'm going to say when it happens, guys, remember when I said? Like, you know I'm going to say it. I'm also an AMC, hoping to hold the price tomorrow and hopefully ride the hype to a possible gamma squeeze on Friday. No matter what happens, probably going to exit your position Friday. Close it if you can. I respect that. Get back to 60s. Yeah, 60s is very, very possible. So my only concern, every time they plan out some kind of move, everyone sits back and waits for the other people to start it, and it doesn't happen. So let's hope that that actually happens come Friday, because don't forget what happened the last time AMC planned the squeeze on Friday. I don't know if you recall. But this was here, the 4th, June the 4th. That was a Friday when the AMC crew had planned for the big day to be Friday. Look at the major run up on Wednesday, another part 2 on Thursday, and then Friday, which was supposed to be the big day, everybody was just taking profits already. So just beware of that. It looks like the AMC people, despite them saying diamond hands, they do sell the news. They kind of they bought the rumor hype, and then they sold off into the news. And then when the news day came, nobody was buying. So that's just something to know. But yeah, about high 7,000 on Shib looks like a potential dip buy if you want to buy some more. Still be wary of this one. Fundamentally, it's not all there. There still are low lows close to like 5,000 units here. So you could easily get burned by quite a bit. Not half your money, but you could lose like 30% of your investment, 30 to 40%, if Shib does crash and just loses value pretty quickly. At the same time, there's plenty of upside. You could 10 to 100x your money if you play it right, and if Shib does take off. All right, if it does take off, then there's the opportunity. If it ever reached Dogecoin's potential, we did the math yesterday on stream, and with Shib's market cap reaching Dogecoin's current market cap, that meant that the current price of Shib would 100x, which means you could throw 2 zeros on the backside of it and get rid of 2 zeros. So this 8 would move up two digits to where there'd be 3 in front of it, basically. 1 cent is probably never going to happen, by the way. Just do the math on that and see where that would put market cap. Way above Bitcoin on a good day for Bitcoin, back at Bitcoin 65,000. Well, the last time a lot of calls expired in the money, it shot up like 20. So I don't know what will happen, but you think it's worth a shot and you only got 5 shares? Oh yeah, then it's probably worth it. But yeah, this is the risk, guys, on Shib short term, and this is the potential. All right, so obviously the risk reward is probably worth putting a couple bucks in my opinion. Good music, but when I'm trying to talk, I don't want people rapping. Yeah, so, you know, there's the risk, there's the reward. In my opinion, I'm going to throw a couple $100 at that and see what happens, because that could really pay off and print some tendies for the boys here and girls. So, yeah, there's a play. Look for a Shib pull back to like 8 flat or high 7s, and you could maybe throw a couple $100 in there or something. Before Coinbase announces on Twitter that they fixed the technical issues and are resuming the Coinbase Pro Shib movement. After that, though, you need to be wary, because what other catalyst does Shiba have? Only Shiba Swap. There's not much else. So Shib really needs to grow in community substantially before it really stabilizes. But if that happens, like I said, if it can get a community following and rival Dogecoin, it could 100x its current price. So keep that in mind. All right. So that means you could throw $1,000 in there and potentially have $100,000. So there's no need to go too crazy and over risk, because it is still a super risky play. I'm personally not even a fan of Shib, but when I see a potentially money making opportunity, I'm not going to ignore it. So that's where I stand right now. And I'm probably max in Shib, $1,000 flat. I'm pretty close right now at like 700, but I don't think I'll cross that threshold, because to me that's just being a little reckless. Willing to toss $50 at it and hold? Yeah, why not? That could turn into $5,000 if it ever reaches Doge current day. So it could be worth a try with a couple bucks, but I just wouldn't go too crazy. And then just finally, to wrap up with a check on CoinMarketCap, Bitcoin's still in first place. Nice market cap of 720s. I'd love to see that get back to close to $1 trillion, but that would require Bitcoin 60,000, 65. Ethereum still at a great dip. You could see it kind of struggled today, but it's still 2,400. Anything under 2,500 to me is great for Ethereum, so that's cool. We'll skip these two. Cardano, you know, the usual, still hanging around 150. Dogecoin holding its own. Now compare the 24 hours percentage down that you see here on Dogecoin to the others. So Doge is actually holding, except for XRP. XRP held on the best here, but other than that, Dogecoin's only down 1%, where Ethereum's down almost 4%, and Bitcoin's down about 3%. So keep that in mind. Doge is holding nice here on this Bitcoin crash. Doge knows where it wants to be and where it doesn't want to go lower than the most, and it's even doing better than Cardano as well. So that's cool. Over the last week, maybe that's not the case, but over the last day where Bitcoin really did tank, that is the case. So that's cool. But also keep in mind this number is higher because Doge came from a run up when we had that move up off Coinbase hype. So we had a longer way down anyway. So yeah, that's good stuff, guys. I'll end up wrapping this stream up here because there's not a whole lot more to talk about. But basically, to wrap up my summary and my plays, Doge is probably not doing anything tomorrow. Just keep your eye on Bitcoin. See if it decides if it wants to bounce off here and do one of these. If it does break 42,000, obviously you're going to want to be all eyes on Doge or whatever crypto you want to be in and ride the wave up. All right, now that would be your time. If not, looks like Bitcoin might just fall out, but doesn't look like Doge is going anywhere. So cool. Keep your eye on GameStop tomorrow. Everything was bearish here until it made this move up, and now it's holding, kind of making a flag pattern here, a triangle. So just keep your eye on pre-market. It might gap up and try and break above the 200 EMA, make another run up. If not, GameStop could be going below into 200s, but I think it's a little more reasonable to be bullish, even though I like to be bearish on this, and I did have a put. Just looking at what happened here, this is a bullish breakout. So keep your eye on that in the market in the morning, especially because AMC showed signs of weakness today with the sell-off. And when you saw AMC dump really hard, GameStop gained some momentum. So people were shifting their money to the next meme stock. And so maybe they'll be in for tomorrow on GameStop instead of AMC. But even still, long term, despite the hard sell-off here, we are still bouncing off the 200 EMA. And we are still doing this nice little curve move here. So AMC very well could be a, next couple days, within the next couple days, back up to $80 and, squeezing. Or, just keep your eye on it. As I always say, pre-market, look at how it's looking, and then just check market open as well. And that'll tell you what your play is probably going to be. But GameStop and AMC are potentials. Workhorse too, but I don't feel too great about that. I probably would stay away from the smaller meme stocks, in my opinion, right now. There's not enough volume out there for BlackBerry and Workhorse and Wendy's. So, and then Shib. Look for a Shib buy potentially in 7,000s, very high. It'll probably only go down to high 7s, but you could also look very, very, very low 8s. And that could be a dip buy for a couple $100. Other than that, I don't really have any other plays, guys. Not for tonight. I feel like that's probably enough to make some money off of, a couple $100 tomorrow. I will check in with you guys tomorrow, of course, in the next stream, which will be tomorrow probably closer to the usual time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Today was a little late. I was super tired. I had to take a little nap. I couldn't do it. But also in the Discord group, you know, we'll chat it up and all that good stuff. So again, thank you, Alaric, Gilbert, Stone Cold, and Stankist for hanging out in the stream, and everyone else that was here that didn't type, that's just listening. I know you're there. I appreciate it. And yeah, don't forget, buy the dip. As you see, I don't know if you guys saw this shirt. Buy the dip, guys. Keep buying that dip. All right. Good night. Yeah, absolutely. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that, Gilbert. All right, guys. You all enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow in the next video. Peace out.